is that my husband, he deeply mattered on a multitude of levels, so much so that it proved even more once he was assassinated how much of a peacemaker he was. That man, that young man, I forgive him. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
From calling her husband's funeral the event of the century.
The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane.
To discussing donations just days after his public assassination.
And then we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy.
And who can forget that appearance with the glittery pantsuit and fingers bedazzled in jewels from knuckle to knuckle? The Bride of Charlie has been going viral for all the wrong reasons, and it's not hard to guess why. So today we bring you Erika Kirk's most disturbing moments caught on camera. The last one will shock you. Coming off strong at number 1 is that leaked TPUSA call where Erika boasted of merch sales and donations while calling her husband's funeral the event of the century in the same breath. The audio was leaked by Candace Owens on January 27th, and the internet has not been the same ever since.
Hi, everybody. I still love all these emoji Zoom things. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and the stadium, overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million?
Over.
You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do, and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to the events team, the development team, the graphic design team, the production team. It's just phenomenal. Their incredible work leading into the memorial.
To fully grasp the extent of just how disturbing this conference call was, it took place just 11 days after Charlie's public assassination. And as if it wasn't bad enough, another call was leaked.
There you go.
Oh, look at all the thumbs up. Look how cute that is. Sorry, this is a little bit more informal than probably Charlie would be reacting. How sweet. I didn't know they could do that. I hate Zoom. I never liked Zoom. Sorry, you guys. I just wanted to say, first and foremost, my heart obviously is broken for you guys as much as it is for our family. You guys lost not only a boss, but someone that you looked up to, someone that you believed in his mission, that you also that you loved. You loved listening to his show. You loved hearing his wisdom on things. I'm sure some of you have also had very personal moments of where you sat down and
had private conversations with him. I want you all to hold on to those. And I want you all to remember those so deeply. I want you to journal about them. I want you to be able to tell your kids about them. I want you to put those in your heart as why you're still here with the Turning Point USA family, because that's what we want. And like I said to our small group after whatever day that was that I did the thing on TV, my days are still going Good Friday. I told the team, I said, Turning Point USA will continue like my husband always wanted, and it'll be bigger than ever. And we're going to honor him by doing that. We're going to stay humble. We're going to work hard because that's what he would want. And we're going to just make it grow. And we're going to keep our eyes fixed on heaven. And, you know, like even Stacey said, he's going to find ways to speak to us. Honestly, the nights are the hardest. Mornings are pretty raw too. But just what I've noticed these past several days is if I didn't have the family, the Turning Point USA family with me, all of you, I would be a disaster. I mean, I would be in fetal position 24/7. But the fact that we have a continued mission to look forward to and we have our family, it's everything. And some of you, this is your chosen family. And just rely and lean on each other. That's huge. Leaning on each other is huge because all of you were together prior to this and we'll be together after this. And everything, and I told Justin this, it's going to be something where everything before September 10th, any email you were working on, any project you were working on, it's not that it's irrelevant now. It's just things have changed, obviously. And the mission has gotten deeper and the mission will grow deeper. But like, I just want all of you to know, we will be wise stewards. We will be vigilant. We will be humble. And I just want you to know that, again, I'm with you. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. And we're going to make sure that we honor my husband so well, that this whole world knows what his vision was and will be. And it's just, I feel so blessed and honored. And we will do our best to continue to make Turning Point USA the behemoth that he wanted it to be, this massive thing. And it is, and that's why we have to stay humble. But, I just want you guys to stay in prayer. And if you guys do need anything, please reach out to whoever you know to reach out to. And pray with one another, be there with one another, be soft with one another. Everyone grieves differently. So if someone's acting weird, don't read into that. Weddings and funerals bring out the weirdest side in people. Just anyone who's been married knows that. So don't read into that. Just love on each other.
It wasn't just about the smile, the forced tears, or her famous quote, "Everyone grieves differently." It was the questionable timing. This was barely 2 weeks after Charlie's demise, and Erika wanted all hands back on deck, going harder than ever before. No breaks, no stops, just work. Supporters said she was holding the organization together, but critics argue that grief doesn't come with a sales update and an immediate RTW. Either way, both those calls were never supposed to leave that Zoom room, but they did. And speaking of things that shouldn't leave the room, this brings us to point number 2. Erika's wardrobe. When sources allege that she went on a shopping spree 24 hours after Charlie's assassination, people thought that she was probably getting black clothes for the mourning period, but Erika has been showing up in questionable outfits ever since.
I have never been so scared in my entire life because the information I am about to expose right now is going to completely ruin Erika Kirk's entire story. I can't even believe I'm filming this. So I got an email today from someone that works at Aloe. I'm going to, of course, keep their identity anonymous. This person emailed me, and I'll put it on the screen, that they work at Aloe, and they looked up Erika's account. And it appeared that she had spent over $1,000 buying Aloe clothing the day after Charlie was... I can't remember everything she bought, but it was all black clothing. Obviously, it's not that important, but I personally found it super sketchy. I also don't know. And then she says something about where Erika lives. I'm not going to include that. You can see it clear as day on the receipt, which I will show you guys for transparency, that Erika Francefay, her maiden name, purchased $1,043.30 worth of clothing on September 11th, 2025 at 11:10 a.m. Guys, put this into perspective. I'm looking it up here. Charlie Kirk was announced to be at 4 p.m. on September 10th. Not even 24 hours later, Erika went home, woke up in the morning, and bought an Aloe tracksuit.
Erika wore a white pantsuit to Charlie's memorial, as opposed to the traditional black or gray, which reflects mourning.
Please give a warm welcome to Mrs. Erika Kirk.
Then came the glittery gold sequin pantsuit at the Amfest in December. Pyrotechnics lit the stage like the 4th of July, every dazzle boldly reflected by Erika's golden sequin, and that sparked major controversies online. However, that was just the least of it. Fast forward to months later, and Erika showed up at the Megyn Kelly show with another pantsuit in black lace, which the majority said showed too much skin for a grieving widow.
Charlie loved those fireworks
He loved
so
it.
much.
That really is for Charlie,
That
the fire.
is, anytime, that's the signature of a Turning Point USA event, more pyro. He would do the walkthrough and they would do the pyro and he'd be like, more,
It's very
louder,
funny. We were
more.
like, do we do the fire after this beautiful tribute? People are going to be feeling emotional. I'm like, fire it up.
Fire it up.
Charlie would want it.
Same with at the memorial, you know, everyone got the fire. Everyone got the sparks.
The fire makes a nice difference.
But just when the public thought they'd seen enough of Erika's wardrobe malfunction, she stunned everyone in those tight leather pants at a TPUSA event in the University of Mississippi. Which brings us perfectly to point number 3, that viral hug with JD Vance. Erika claimed that she only placed her hand on the back of the vice president's head to say a prayer.
Forgive me. Did you see people didn't understand the hug that you and JD had? They went to the weirdest places, Erika.
Oh my gosh. You guys, please. So for those of you who know me, I hug is
Yes,
like.
you're an intense hugger. It's
Whoever
awesome.
is like hating on a hug needs a hug themselves. I will give you a free hug anytime you want a hug. My love language is touch, if you will. But seriously, that hug. So I will give you a play-by-play. Walking, they just played the emotional video. I'm walking over, he's walking over, I'm starting to cry. He says, he's so proud of you. And I say, God bless you. And I touch the back of his head. Anyone who I've hugged that I have touched the back of your head when I hug you, I always say, God bless you. That's just me. If you want to take that out of context, go right ahead. Again, that to me shows that you need a hug more than anyone else. So if anyone...
They were acting like you touched the back of his ass.
I feel like I wouldn't get as much hate if I did that versus...
But that doesn't make up for how uncomfortable and oddly suspicious the public found this moment.
Tightly embraced, and Erika grasped the back of Vance's head before departing the stage. The moment quickly went viral online, with critics describing the greeting as, quote,
But even more suspicious is why TPUSA decided to scrub that video off the net.
If your first reaction to this clip was, it's just a hug, there's nothing weird about it, then you can direct your commentary to the Turning Point USA YouTube page where I couldn't find this clip anywhere. Where is this clip? I had to dig and dig and dig to secondary sources because they've scrubbed it. For some reason, they think that it's weird enough that they don't have it posted. And if your next question is, well, what's her motive? That actually doesn't matter because the behavior itself accomplishes exactly what it is intended to accomplish. It is about power, proximity, association, and the assertion of an alliance.
Before that viral moment, Erika's speech was about how no one could ever replace Charlie. However, JD Vance cuts quite close to the mark.
No one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do.
Now, that does not sound like some random coincidence. But let's take a quick rendezvous back to that Amfest show because it wasn't just Erika's clothes that made people side-eye her. It was the way she talked about Charlie's demise like it was a premeditated thought.
But here's what I've learned the most in these past 3 months is that my husband, he deeply mattered on a multitude of levels. So much so that it proved even more once he was assassinated how much of a peacemaker he was and how much of a coalition builder he was. Because when he was assassinated, we saw infighting, we've seen fractures, we've seen bridges being burned that shouldn't be burnt. We saw a lot on full display.
Once he was assassinated, she quickly corrected herself in the next sentence by saying, when he was assassinated, but it only draws more attention to her previous statement, once. It's as if the assassination was expected and caused a turning point, and not necessarily that it was a surprise. Once he was assassinated in this situation and in this manner pragmatically carries an implication of expectation or inevitability. So could it actually be true that Erika wasn't surprised by Charlie's demise? Did she already see it coming and was groomed to take his place from the start? Nobody knows for sure, but her public appearances and rise through the ranks over the past months is questionable at best.
Where's Erika?
U.S. President Donald Trump has appointed Erika Kirk, the widow of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, to the Board of Visitors at the U.S. Air Force Academy. The position places Erika Kirk among 16 members responsible for advising the Secretary of Defense on matters related to the Academy, including curriculum, morale, discipline, and institutional policies. Charlie Kirk, the founder of the conservative organization Turning Point USA, had served on the same board before he was assassinated in September last year. He was shot on September 10th during a college event in Orem, Utah. Following his death, Erika Kirk took over as CEO of Turning Point USA. The organization says it now operates more than 800 chapters on college campuses across the United States and has been a major force in conservative youth activism. The Air Force Academy Board of Visitors includes several prominent political figures, including Congressman Jeff Crank of Colorado, Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama, and Congressman August Pfluger of Texas, who serves as chairman. Erika Kirk's appointment was not formally announced, but her name has recently appeared on the board's official list of members.
Charlie loved you. It's hard not to get emotional because I know that he would have been the first phone call when he found out that you were going to be taking this position. And the way that I was able to witness the two of you work together for years and to champion and support the president was absolutely humbling to witness, and I am so proud of you. And Charlie is going to be with you every single day in spirit, and I will be praying for you every day because I know that this is just the beginning of an incredible opportunity for you. And sir, thank you for allowing Sergio to have this beautiful moment.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe.
Speaking of surprises, another troubling event that probably takes the cake for disturbing Erika moments was the 4-day conference in Arizona where TPUSA set up a replica of the tent where Charlie was shot. People were lining up to take pictures, merch was on the table, and there were fireworks again, which sources say was all Erika's bright idea.
Everybody grieves differently. I have never seen anyone grieve like this. People might mourn privately, other people might work to forget about the death and their feelings and emotions. This is how Erika Kirk grieves. She sets up a replica of where Charlie died so that people can take pictures in front of it. To the left is a merchandise booth where people can go ahead and buy some merch so that they can remember how Charlie died. If you are a grieving widow, please tell me this. Would you set up a replica of one of the most traumatizing events you've ever witnessed in your entire life? This is the one thing you would want to forget about, right? Erika also grieves by making 6 appearances on Fox News in 1 week, happily throwing merchandise to people in the crowd, wearing glittery pantsuits and lace outfits. Totally appropriate, I think. Always having fireworks and pyrokinetics as if it's some kind of celebration. Erika looks like she grieves by being really happy. How I'd be happy too if I became a millionaire. Not to mention this was her like a week and a half or 2 weeks after her husband died, and she's like laughing and kikiing on this podcast. I'm not saying that she like her hubby. What I am saying is that yeah, everyone grieves differently, but Erika in particular has turned the mourning into marketing. It makes sense why people are suddenly turning into conspiracy theorists and questioning her and her background, because it just doesn't seem normal.
And you can see from behind me, this is a recreation of the tent where Charlie Kirk lost his life at Utah University in September, and people are taking selfies with it.
I can't. I cannot. I am not capable of whatever that. When I saw this, I realized I do not know enough words. I had to consult a thesaurus, and I still could not land upon the correct adjective to describe how I felt when I saw that tent. People taking selfies under a recreation. I don't know if it's actually the tent. It looks like it's pretty old, or a tent that Charlie died under. That's what was happening at Amfest. Horrified. I was aghast. I don't think I ever described myself as aghast. I was aghast. It was ghastly to look at that and to realize that they made a conscious decision to allow that to happen. To what end? The person who approved this tent was the amazing Elizabeth McCoy. Potentially more amazing than her husband, Michael McCoy. Elizabeth McCoy was the person who approved this tent, so there's no way that they can come out and pretend like Erika didn't know this was happening, because she's very close with Elizabeth McCoy. Okay, she's very close with her. So for everybody on the outside looking into this, Amfest is when we realized that something very disturbing is happening in America. I feel like Amfest is, or what it did for me was it contributed to my realization that the future, the dark future that everyone's always predicting, like the AI future, it's here. We're actually here. I think that we are fighting machines.
The dark future might be upon us already, but Erika Kirk wants everyone to stop, which leads us to another disturbing moment caught on camera.
Okay? At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
Okay.
The fiery, mascara-laden eyes and Erika's cold, piercing gaze was all it took for the majority to leave comments about being scared of her or praying for protection from evil. It's puzzling, though, that Erika wants people to stop, but she forgave Tyler Robinson within 1 week, which was another disturbing turn of events that sent chills down the spines of many.
My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men, just like the one who took his life. That young man. On the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us.
Speaking of persecution, Erika's eye dabs and alleged fake tears have received quite a few lately. People have noticed how she's constantly dabbing her eyes with a handkerchief, even though her tears are barely visible.
It's interesting. What I miss the most, what really just
hits me hard is when I'm in the grocery store and I see his hot sauce. I want to buy it. Or it's the little things, you know, his clothes everywhere. Excuse me, but it's the little things. And I know that people who have experienced loss totally understand what I'm saying. It's the small things that just get you. It's the visual of, you know, Daddy coming home, and to the world he was Charlie Kirk, but to us he was my love of my life and my children's dad. I'm so sorry.
Understandable.
Excuse me, but it's those little things where, again, he would walk through the door, drop his bags, Daddy's home, take his phone, Friday night, Shabbat Shalom, throw it in the junk drawer, and it was just all us. And that's what I always wanted to make so special for him, was coming home. I'd always say, baby, I don't care what time you get home. Home is here for you. Your food will never be cold. It might sit out for a little bit, but I'll reheat it. It's fine. And I just want to encourage spouses, don't get mad. It's so easy. Don't do it.
Her moniker, "Everyone Grieves Differently," became more questionable when she stood side by side with a woman who was actually grieving.
So last year, Charlie was violated by an assassin and really for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erika, is with us tonight. Erika, please stand. Thank you, Erika. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political of any kind.
This happened during the State of the Union address. Irina Zarutska's grief could visibly be seen in her face. But Erika's eye dabs, on the other hand?
And the Best Bad Acting Award goes to Erika Kirk. Erika Kirk was at the State of the Union. She was Trump's guest. And here she is crying, just without tears.
Wonderful wife, Erika, is with us tonight. Erika, please stand.
Erika, how is it that when you cry, you don't produce tears? I mean, it must be nice, you don't gotta ruin your makeup, but it is very interesting. She did the signature look up, look sad, with no tears actually coming down my face. Honestly, this is just bad acting at this point. I would respect it more if she just didn't act sad. Just be the real Erika, like you are on the TPUSA leaked calls that we heard.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
Just be you. Don't put on an act, because honestly, not many people are buying it anymore. CNN posted this photo of Erika Kirk, and when I tell you no one's buying it, I mean no one's buying it. The top comment, guys, and the Best Actress Award goes to Erika Kirk. Honestly, I don't even think it's good acting, but I get what they're trying to say. So no confetti cannon for her tonight? Not her crying with Super Bowl rings on. Came for the comment section and relieved to see so many agree that it's all political theater.
Moving on our list is another perfectly timed, teary moment, Erika's drive-by cry while leaving a TPUSA event at Phoenix.
We love you.
Thank you. We love you. Charlie, 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 Charlie.
Please, for the love of God, stop endorsing Erika Kirk. Please, look at this.
Charlie, Charlie. Love you, Erika. Charlie, Charlie.
Shorty just did a drive-by cry. Not only is she crying for the man that she had, you know, a drive-by, a fucking, she did a, have you ever, you know, I wonder how white a white woman can possibly get from Karens to, sir, Did you touch White House property? I be wondering how white it can get. And this is the whitest shit I've ever seen in my life. The half pitiful, I've never in my, bro, what the f we doing, dog? I'm about to go back to sleep. Or drink. We'll figure out what comes first.
There's also that viral moment where Erika was allegedly caught using a tear solution before coming on stage.
Where were her tears? All right, y'all. I have to ask this because it's been bothering me. Where were Erika Kirk's tears during her speech at Charlie's memorial? Because from what I saw, there were no tears. None. Not a single one. Now, don't get me wrong. Grief looks different on everyone. But usually, when you're wiping your eyes and your nose and your face over and over again, there's something there that you're wiping, right? There should be mascara, tears, something, anything. But in Erika's case, this whole thing looked like an act. She was going through the motions, dabbing her face, pulling tissues, but nothing was actually there, not a smudge. And listen, this wasn't a 5-second moment. It was an entire memorial. She had the face, she had the size, she had the wipes. But what she didn't have were tears. No red eyes, no shaky voice, nothing that says raw grief. So it makes me wonder, was it all performative? Was she just putting on a show for the cameras? For the audience? For the story she was trying to tell? The story she was trying to sell us? Or was it just her way of coping in public? Because I'll be real, the whole thing gave me more questions than comfort. And when you start noticing the inconsistencies, you can't unsee them.
And to top the charts of Erika's most disturbing, teary-eyed moments is that clip of her mourning over Charlie's open casket. A private moment which close sources allege that Erika demanded to be recorded and then posted it herself.
I love you. I love you. I know. I love you. I love you.
So Erika Kirk posted a photo dump to her Instagram featuring her late husband Charlie Kirk's dead body, and folks are not feeling the theatrics. Now, everybody does grieve differently. I personally don't think I would have posted a picture of myself sobbing right underneath my husband's open casket, but you know what? Everybody's different. Here you can see Erika is caressing her husband's hand while holding the Medal of Freedom, I believe that Trump awarded to Charlie posthumously. I didn't see anything wrong with this photo, but there are some people that think she is hamming it up for the cameras a bit too much. The argument being, it's one thing to be in mourning, right? That's a natural process, but when you have somebody following you around, making sure they capture you sobbing is something else entirely.
As if it couldn't get any weirder, in an interview with Jesse Waters just under a month post Charlie's assassination, Erika clearly mentions that she has been sleeping great without medication or alcohol.
Erika Kirk just contradicted herself.
What's the hardest part of your day?
The night. Nighttime. Always. Being in a bed by yourself. Rolling over, trying to...
In the same interview, she said she didn't need to take sleeping pills, that she could sleep just fine when Charlie died. What the Like, how am I supposed to trust you? You keep saying two different things. And again here.
There's nothing to hide. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on.
But she never saw the video that we've all seen from many different angles.
I never saw the video. I never will see it. I never want to see it. I don't want my husband's public assassination to be something I ever see.
If you didn't see the video, how did you see what the case is built on? You didn't even see what happened, but you sent a gag order to 3,000 people who did. And you also said that by the time you saw Charlie, he died with a smile on his face. He was still smiling by the time you came to see him. Maybe if you would have watched the videos, you would have seen that he didn't die smiling. This is all just very weird.
Charlie,
And that was a blatant lie. I'm allowing myself to feel this so deeply, without medication, without alcohol. The Lord is giving me discernment. Quotes her as saying, I'm allowing myself to feel this so deeply, without medication, without alcohol. The Lord is giving me discernment. It's incredibly bizarre for a widow, for her to need to put it on record that she's allowing herself to feel this. It's more than just a lead-in to say, I'm not taking drugs or alcohol. And by the way, who the cares? I would completely understand the need for sleep aid or something. You may remember it was the Jesse Waters interview. She said that she's sleeping great. I've been around a lot of spirit-filled, Jesus-loving people who have still not slept because they've lost a loved one or experienced tragedy. Now, some will say that's just how in tune she is with God. No. You know a tree by its fruit. We are not seeing the fruit of the Spirit in her life. Now, she consistently is in a seething, subtle undertone of rage. Consistently. Even when she is answering questions from students, she has this snake-like look. We've all seen the eyes. Something's off.
If you thought that wasn't weird, hold on to your seats because it gets even worse. When people started coming up with all sorts of conspiracies about Charlie's assassination, Erika warned people to stop because she said she had seen the reports.
A 22-year-old man named Tyler Robinson has been arrested and charged with the murder of your husband. And yet there are a huge number of conspiracy theories, you might call them brain rot, that are spreading right now online about the actual story behind the reality. One, people say that Tyler Robinson was actually a MAGA Republican. Or two, some people say you were actually a Mossad agent sitting in front of me, and you were Charlie's handler and Israel Charlie. Right. Other people say that a number of men in the crowd were wearing maroon t-shirts, and this signifies that his was an elite airborne operation, whatever that means. They say that the rings on your fingers, which are
my kids' initials, my wedding band, the Medal of Freedom, my engagement ring.
But apparently they symbolize some kind of secret plot. There's also a new theory that Egyptian aircraft have been tracking you. Mm-hmm. What is going on? Why are there so many conspiracies spreading about what seems to be a pretty open and shut case?
This is the first time that we have seen evil on display where we have social media at our fingertips. Something so evil that happened, people are wanting answers immediately. They are wanting to figure out how to wrap their mind around this. Egyptian planes.
Egyptian planes. Do you believe that Tyler Robinson, your husband?
Yes, I do.
Why do you think it is so hard for so many people to believe that reality?
Because it's too simple. Again, everyone always has to think there's more to the story. Well, sometimes there's not. I've seen the autopsy report. I've seen our case pulled together. I've been in constant contact with our lawyers, the prosecuting team. I've seen it all. And let me tell you this. Why in the world, why should we, prior to the trial, lay all of our hands and cards on the table for the defense team to see, to somehow then, I don't even know what they would do with it.
At the time, people believed Erika had access to more information than the public, only to find out that she lied.
That right there is why it is impossible for me to think that Erika Kirk is not complicit somehow. Which brings me to Erika Kirk, because I saw this old clip of her circulating from right before we met up, and it made me so angry. And it was her sit down with Barry Weiss, literally 72 hours before her and I sat down. And I just forgot that Barry Weiss asked her specifically whether or not she believed Tyler Robinson, husband.
Do you believe that Tyler Robinson, husband?
Yes, I do.
Why do you think it is so hard for so many people to believe that reality?
Because it's too simple. Again, everyone always has to think there's more to the story. Well, sometimes there's not.
I've seen the autopsy report. I've seen our case pulled together. I've been in constant contact with our lawyers, the prosecuting team. I've seen it all.
She is evil. When I watched that, I went, she's evil. I am so infuriated watching that back because she's lying. She's objectively lying and she's acting, right? It was because of that clip that when I went into meet with her, I was going, oh, okay, maybe she has something that the public doesn't. I spoke to her, I'm in touch with the lawyers, I've seen the autopsy report, and then I sit down with her 72 hours later and she tells me, and her lawyer confirms to me, that they have nothing more than what the public has seen. In fact, her lawyer went through great lengths to explain to me that it was actually, that's just not the way it works. Of course they don't have anything more. He explained to me very carefully that it wasn't the right time for them to have any more evidence, that the investigation was just beginning. And so right now, their guys are going out and they're going to look for evidence. And then by May, which is fortunately around the corner, then she'll see what they found. So what the F is that performance? How could you sit up there and say, yes, I 100% believe Tyler Robinson did it. That right there is why it is impossible for me to think that Erika Kirk is not complicit somehow. Because what wife with no more evidence, she's lying, like I said, she told me, I spoke to the lawyer too. He said he didn't know anything more. What wife would not say, I have no idea. I'm looking forward to seeing the evidence as much as anybody else is. Of course, maybe there could be more people out there. That is her being coached and sent to delude the public into believing that there was more and it wasn't so clear-cut when she knew that it wasn't. Evil.
Erika's deception continued when she started associating with brands that Charlie never cared for, like Nicki Minaj, for instance.
What do you think about for young men? For young men.
And for young men, don't be new scum. Yes, see, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin JD Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine. Yes, we did. You have to laugh about it, truly. I have been called every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back. And this is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip it, who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord, and words are words, but I know her heart, and it doesn't even matter. And you say what you want to say because I know your heart.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs, and role models. I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about, like, glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly, I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for Black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? It's the question of every day. For example, more times than not, black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old black kid if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country.
Then there was her interview with Barry Weiss on CBS News, days after CBS co-host Nate Burleson unfairly politicized Charlie's assassination.
I've got to play this soundbite of this Nate Burleson on CBS this morning, interviewing former Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy about the assassination earlier this week.
Not everyone took to his words or his rhetoric. You know, at times, they were offensive to specific communities. But with that said, this is not the time to focus on that. We are focused on this tragedy. Speaking of this tragedy, is this a moment for your party to reflect on political violence? Is it a moment for us to think about the responsibility of our political leaders and their voices and what it does to the masses as they get lost in misinformation or disinformation that turns in and spills into political violence?
You absolute. What a dick. Is this a time for your party, Mr. Former Republican Speaker, to reflect on political violence? Whose candidate almost got his head blown off a year ago? You total fucking douchebag. My God. It's time for Republicans to reflect on political violence? That your party and your leader needs to reflect on his rhetoric? On his rhetoric? Have you taken a look at Blue Sky?
But here we have Erika doing an interview with them just days after.
Because the premise of a democracy is that we persuade each other with words and not violence. And that the only way to get to the truth is by talking to one another. And that brings me right to tonight's guests, Erika Kirk. 3 months ago, Erika Kirk's husband, Charlie, was assassinated on a college campus in Utah. To some, Charlie Kirk was controversial. To others, he was heroic. What is indisputable is that he transformed the American right in the 21st century. He did it through an organization called Turning Point USA, which he founded when he was only 18 years old. In the wake of Charlie's, Erika has now picked up his mantle. The mother of 2 young children, she is also now the CEO and chairwoman of Turning Point.
She also granted the New York Times her first interview, another publication that Charlie clearly couldn't care for.
Tired of pretending that Erika was not using her Instagram to manipulate us, okay? It's little lies that she told and that we keep catching, and my producer today caught that infamous New York Times article that she did, interview that she did immediately following Charlie's assassination, where she welcomed them, the enemy of Charlie Kirk, into their condo and granted them the first interview of the aggrieved widow, where there's tons of little mistakes that don't feel like mistakes to me.
And that's just about the least of things that Erika Kirk has reportedly done that stood against everything her husband advocated. Charlie Kirk was a man who believed in traditional values, that a wife's place is at home with the children.
I think that we've gone wrong here, that women should prioritize family and children way above career, that they should try to find their husband before they're 25. That they should try to get married way younger. This is probably the fertility
But then that
problem.
also goes back to just finances.
No, that's
you
a
can't
huge problem.
quite
Totally agree with
have
that.
a husband going out making a salary to have a stay-at-home.
I completely agree with that. That's the best argument. It's not a winner argument, but it's the best argument.
However, following his absence, sources have confirmed that Erika has been in the office every single day. While it can be argued that she's throwing herself into work as a coping mechanism, it begs the question of how well her little ones are handling this immense loss. What happens when you add this all up? Calling her husband's funeral an event of the century, setting up an exact replica of the tent he was assassinated in, boasting of merch sales, showing up bedazzled in a glittery pantsuit. It's everything but grief. And it's hard not to believe that something feels off. But are we just conspiracy theorists? Or are we the ones paying attention? Let us know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments, and which of these moments disturbed you the most.